Shalom, shalom, Israel. Uh, it's Shaqua Ariyah coming right back at you with another one from Believers of the Way, Dallas. Shalom. I want to give first and foremost shout out and all praises to Yahweh Bashimi, Yahweh Shah Barakatah, you know what I mean, and all the ox and aquas out there, enduring to the end. We all in this together as Israelites, But I just want to come at you with something that's very meaningful, something I've been dealing with within myself. It's gonna be a real short one. These gonna be like, real short. Just a few precepts. I'm just gonna, giving you the prequel to what we're about to get into. A lot of us been, I ain't gonna say all, but a lot of us been dealing with slothfulness. It's not easy to get out of, but it's very easy to get into. Me myself personally, I work hard. I work a lot of hours in a day on the plantation. I take care of my children when I have them. I also am a IBO, an independent business owner. I own my own company, Beat Designers, and I have been really active into that. But in some of these most recent days, I have not been because I'm going through other things as well that shall be over soon, and I'll be back into it a lot more. But really, that's not the thing that's really been bothering me. With my schedule being how it's been and how it is, I know that I can do better with getting closer to the Most High through Scripture. I don't know. Some of us could manage it a lot better than others in the truth. Some of us is on the fence, trying to keep it balanced without falling over to the wrong side of time. Some of us just don't say anything and make it look like everything's perfect and great, but really is struggling more than many of us with time in the Word, And me, I'm coming clean. There's been quite a few days I've missed time to read or time to study because, Satan's been active, and my time management has been good, but it needs to be great. And great is meaning time with the Most High. Because, there's times that I notice that he's talking to me and I'm not saying I don't hear him because I know he's giving me signs and he's giving me ideas and things like that because that's how he talks to us in visions and dreams. However, I know I missed the mark a couple times, and with me missing the mark a couple times was I had these ideas to do creative things, like such as this moment right now I'm presenting to you. I want to capture more than just the adults. I want to capture the children too, and I'm gonna switch some things up every once in a while. So when you see a really short video, you might want to tune in. Probably bring the children along and get them tuned in because our attention span could be very short. Bruh. So, most videos is an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours long, hour and a half, whatnot. But, a shorter video for, my children sometimes is a lot better. Probably like 15 to 30 minutes. So, I just want to bring this to the world that I want to start doing some things that's time sensitive to most people that have a really short attention span. Sometimes I have one, but really, most of the time, I like the really longer videos, because sometimes I'm at work, aka plantation, and I'm there 8 to 12 hours a day, and I need longer videos to help me get through my day. Something I can zone out to and feel great, and learn and things like that. So, what have you. So, I just want to bring this to you guys. And being slothful is not beneficial at all. Some people feel like, oh, I'll put it off till tomorrow, or and then tomorrow comes something else bigger comes, and you can't, get to what you was trying to do before, and now all of a sudden you behind for real. Being slothful does not pay off. Like for instance, I want to bring something to y'all. Proverbs 6:6. Let's pull it out. Proverbs 6:6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise up, thy sheep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travelleth, and thy want as an armed man. So I bring that out to let you know that being slothful is never a good thing. It's never a good thing. Um, like say for instance, verse 6, go to the ant, thou sluggard. Well, is an ant slothful?
Nope.
I've never seen one. I've never seen a slothful ant.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, even in the movies that we watched, the little Disney movies or Pixar movies, or that have like the movie Ants and things, they're not they work. They work, and they're designed to carry loads that weigh more than their own body.
Yeah.
And they do it in droves. They do it in a militarized stance. So why would that be put as go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise? Because ants are. You want to be like an ant. I want to be like an ant, mentally and spiritually. We, as a nation of Israelites, of Israel, I'm talking the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, the 12 tribes. We need to come together and work in a wise way. Consider the ways of a non-sluggard person, or an ant, if you will. If you notice the way things is going on now, the politicians and the election stuff going on, the way a lot of YouTubers is viewing Kamala Harris and Trump, there's a lot of action going into that. But then when it comes to us sticking together and realizing the folly ways of this, when we could really sit it out and watch them battle their own problems, it would be very beneficial if we just got active and not be slothful into these times. Being slothful right now may seem like, okay, well, if you don't vote, or if you don't put your voice out there, that's being slothful. That's being lazy. No, there's a difference, because sometimes sitting back is not being slothful. It's actually a different kind of work. Now, in verse 6, it's just saying, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Ants do what they do. But when they're not doing what they're doing, it's for a reason. They're still being wise because they still know what they have to do to get things done. Sometimes you got to rest to get the energy to go back out there and produce more work. So in this case, I'm just saying, whether if you work hard, you raising your children, whether if you're a single parent, like I said, this is myself, I'm a single father. If you're out there, even doing the Lord's work on the highways and byways, you'll notice that when you're not doing these things start falling apart.
Wow.
If you're not working, you're not getting paid. You can't pay your bills. If you're not on the highways and byways, putting the word out. If you're physically able and capable to do it, I'm not saying to those that can't. I'm just saying, the Most High will use you in the way that He will. However, if you're physically able and you can do it, and nothing's holding you back from doing it, and when you have been doing it, and when you stop doing it, you'll see a drastic difference in your life when you're not doing it anymore. When you're raising your children, stop raising your children and watch what's going to happen in the long run. So, if you're doing these things, great. If you stop doing these things because you don't want to no more, that's a problem. However, if you take a step back and analyze what you're doing, like say for instance, when you have went to work and now you clocked out, now you're at home, and you're assessing the situations that you've had at work, evaluating what you've done to have a better day at work, that's different. Because now you're resting, but you're still working on what's next. When you're out on the highways and byways, after you done put your work in, you come home and you're with your family or what have you, and you analyze what I could have said better, what I could have done better, what I could have studied better, what I could have brought out more or better. You're not being slothful. You're resting. You're sitting there watching TV, maybe listening to music, have a little yan, a little, brew or something, and you're relaxing. Yeah, you're chilling, you're resting, but you're still working, Or if you're not even thinking about any of this, you're still working because you're resting to get back into it. Because you already did it. If you're raising your children, and when your children go off to school, or they go into a relative's house, or going somewhere for a play date, or playing somewhere, you take that minute to sit back and rest and restore your body, restore your mind, analyze what you could have done better, what you will do better, what's coming up. You may be resting, but you're not being slothful because you're still working for what's to come. All right? So, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. So even if you don't have nobody to guide you, you don't have an overseer, you don't have nobody to rule over you, you're by yourself, you don't have no government over you in your personal world, you still got to provide meat for the summer. You still have to do your work to make sure that you don't fall off when work needs to be done, to make sure that you're prepared so that way when the food is needed, you'll have it. Or if you have over an abundance from all that work you've been doing and somebody else is lacking, you can actually provide some for somebody, be a blessing to somebody. You can't do that if you're being slothful, right? How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? See what I'm saying? You can still be chilling, but you're not sleeping. I got caught lacking. I got caught slipping. I got caught sleeping. You don't want to get caught out there like that. You could be just sitting there, like I said, watching TV. I use that as a great example. Sitting there watching TV or on the phone, you know what I'm saying? You're not caught slipping because your mind is still geared on to what's to come, what's next. You're not sleeping. But if you are, how long are you going to be asleep for? When are you going to wake up? Stop leaning on the next person to do your job, to do your work. So when the summer comes and it's time to, harvest, you have nothing. Because you're like, I can do it tomorrow, I can do it tomorrow. That ain't cool. See, yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. All right, okay. But guess what? So shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy want as an armed man. So with you being knocked out with your hands folded, all sleep, you know what I mean? You're gonna have poverty come over you because it's always trailing you. It's always following you. You're staying ahead of poverty because you're running, you're working, you're doing what you got to do, right? So let's go to Colossians 3 verse 20. All right, Colossians 3 verse 23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong, and he that hath done, and there is no respect of persons. So, whatever you do, do it with all your heart. Do it all your might. I mentioned this before in a previous video, tap back into it. But I'm going to keep bringing it up in many other videos because it's relevant. Whatever you do, do it wholeheartedly. do it to the fullest. Do it as the Most High expects you to.
Oh, yeah.
And not unto men. Because you're putting all this energy out on this election stuff, right? When this election stuff has never benefited us so-called black people. I mean, sure, they let us in the gates by voting. Wow. Because now that we vote for them to do worse to us and more for others. Well, hey, everybody's included. How's everybody included? Look at it like this. Imagine you having a 30-bedroom house, 48-acre land, and hey, you got, one of your neighbors say, hey, I want to have a party at your house. Everybody's included. Yeah, everybody's included. No problem. Come on. Send them in. And everybody come to the house, but now the house kick you out of your own house. So yeah, everybody's included, but now you got kicked out of your own house.
What?
You elected for that to come in, but now those that's been elected put you out of your own home. That's exactly what this is like. If y'all can see it correctly, you have to.
No, God, please, no.
I hate for us to be going through this, but somebody got to say it. I'm sorry it has to come from somebody of, my complexion. I'm pretty sure if it was an Esau or an Edomite complexion, you might get it. Like, oh, wow. Yeah, that sucks. It shouldn't have to be like that. All right? Knowing that of the Lord, ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. So if you're not being slothful, you're definitely going to receive the reward of the Lord's inheritance, because the Most High don't deal with people that's slothful in His word. So like I said, speaking to myself, I've been lacking a little bit, just a little bit here and there, and I feel bad about it. I want the reward of the inheritance. So my priority is to be more on the word than everything else. That doesn't mean I'm dropping everything else. It just means that I have to time manage myself a lot better. And that's just what it is. Now I'm not slothful by, I don't want to do it. I ain't trying to do it. It's just that my day has been so busy that there's no excuse for it. But my day has been so busy, by the time I look up, it's like 10:30 at night. And I'm like, dang, I ain't getting no word in. But I know if I start reading, I'm going to fall asleep, which is not good, just being transparent. You know what I'm saying? And there's many a days that I have overcame that. I still read anyway. I passed out reading. Woke up with my face on the book, on the Bible. I've done that. But I'm just saying that there's been some days that I have not done that. But that's short-lived. That's going to stop. But I say this to y'all, that you're not the only ones that's going through it. There's many of us out here that's battling that. So, yeah. Let's go to Proverbs 10, verse 4. And I'm going to land my plane right here. All right. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. So,
do it!
Need I say more?
Do it!
I mean, if you gathereth in the summer, you're wise. If you gather your harvest in the summer, that's a smart thing to do. But he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causes shame. Because now your stuff gonna perish. Like you did all that work. You did all that work for your stuff to bloom, to blossom, to grow, to harvest. And now that it's there, you want to just sleep, rest, chill. I get it. I got it. I get it. Don't worry about it. Now you wake up, it burnt up from the sun, the heat. It withered away. It rotted. You know what I mean? And now you ain't got nothing for the winter. So blessings upon the head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. So you know how they say, oh, there's a lot of violence going on out here in these streets and stuff, and mainly so-called black people is bringing violence because we don't have a harvest. We don't have a lot that we need. That could bring a lot of wicked. Now, some of it is self-inflicted, but the majority of it is not. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know where it's coming from. The top. The head Edomites. But we can all bring this to an end if we follow the laws, the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, and repent. Try it out. I promise you, it'll work out. That don't mean that your life is gonna get a lot more easier. It's just that the Most High will have more of a want to put His hands on your life and make it better in areas that you didn't see it being better at. Yeah, you're gonna deal with persecution. You're gonna deal with things that's gonna have you make certain decisions. But just keep in mind, you are promised the land of the kingdom if you stick to this and endure to the end. All right. So I didn't want to take too much of y'all time. I just want to bring that out. I just want y'all to know that y'all not alone out there, and it's not easy. It's gonna get better. Man, like I wish I could take all y'all woes away, but I can't, and the Most High didn't design it like that. So all I can do is do what I'm doing for you, bringing this out for you to see for yourself what you can do for your own life. For you to pick yourself up, and those that are around you, it'll be easier for them to help you up. Take a lot of the weight off of them. Sometimes your family, friends, and loved ones want to help you. Yeah, but you're making it hard for them. They want to see you put in some work. They want to see you not be slothful, so they can put a blessing into your life because they work hard for their harvest. All right, don't let it spoil. Love y'all Israelites. To all my ox and aquathas, stay strong, endure to the end, and Shabbat Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, Kwam Yasharallah.